So Christmas break is over, it's the first week of January, and everybody's back to school, including homeschoolers for the most part. If your family is anything like ours, you've been hearing a lot about how school is so boring. It's definitely not on the kids' top list of things they want to be doing. And I get it. I mean, we're back after a long break for Christmas. All the fun and excitement is over. Things are settling back down. And we're getting back into just a normal routine. And that doesn't always seem like an exciting thing. But today, I hope to convince you that boring could actually be a really good thing for your homeschool. Hey, I'm Lindsay. Welcome to One Praying Mama. If you're new here, it's great to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's been a long time, but I'm really happy to be back with you. My hope here is just to encourage you in homeschooling and raising kids to love and follow God. Now, in our first few years of homeschooling, we would have come to this time and just had a harder time getting our momentum back after the Christmas break is over, and I would have been a little bit more worried. Sometimes I felt like I had to sell homeschooling to my kids, like I had to convince them that it was always going to be fun, that they were always going to love it. And when it came to like the January through March season, it was just a lot more difficult to get that momentum that we had at the beginning of the year back. But I've come to learn in our 5th year homeschooling that predictable is our sweet spot. And I don't know that it's necessarily boring. Yes, some days are boring, but the routine is really how we thrive. Now, please don't hear that you should never do anything fun with your kids. I mean, we took off our morning time, how we normally do it, for the entire month of December. And we just did our Bible reading and our nativity. And it was so nice, so relaxing and refreshing. We kind of eased up on our school a little bit. We took a 3-week-long Christmas break and we had lots of fun and just a nice, relaxing December. But now that we are back in our routine that we jumped into Monday of this week, it feels peaceful and steady and just like we are back to normal. Now, my kids might not think that that's the best thing, but I believe that it truly is. The first reason that I think that it is beneficial to have somewhat of a boring homeschool is time. It's conducive to our schedule because everybody knows what to expect each day. Our school days are typically pretty much the same every day. We aren't like switching up a lot certain days of the week this year, and I feel like that's really just helped us establish a really solid routine. And it was evident this week when we jumped back in on a Monday of all days. I'm filming this on Thursday, and we've had 4 really solid school days, and we plan to have another one tomorrow. But everyone was just so established in our routine that it was really easy to pick right back up. Now, the kids are getting older than they were when we started school 5 years ago, but I've learned that them having a solid routine and knowing what to do, they kind of develop their own routine on their independent subjects, and they know what's expected as they go about their school day, and they're also motivated to get it done because they can pursue their other interests. So I feel less pressure then to try and make school fun and exciting, and it might be boring, but they're going to have the time to do the things that they really love doing. Another thing, and one of the most important things, is the consistency that it provides. When they are doing their subjects every day, just the same thing day after day, they might not do a particular subject every day of the week, but when they have their own routine, they know what they're doing, they know what our morning time is going to be like, and they just know what it is that we do for school. They really are just continually building on what it is that they are learning. We're not really spending much time chasing new curriculums and chasing that novelty anymore. We've kind of established what works for us, and we're just trusting the process. Consistency truly is key when the kids are learning. They're just building little by little on what they know, and those boring everyday things that they're doing are really growing them, and it brings such peace to our homeschool. And when we are in our boring everyday homeschool routine, our life just fits so well around it. We really have established our routine. It's become a way of life for us, and you kind of know how much time it's going to take in your day, how much time you have for other things. And it just becomes almost like a much smoother day when we are doing school. And I think the most important thing is just knowing that if God has called you to homeschool, then those moments that might seem mundane or routine, or the days that seem to be extremely predictable and not really exciting, that's the call that God has for your life. You are doing really a good work doing that. We are raising up the next generation to love and serve the Lord. We are instilling truth in them. We are discipling them. This is not, easy work. This is hard, intentional work. And it might be boring in the eyes of the world, and even in the eyes of our kids sometimes, and even maybe in our eyes sometimes, but it is not boring to the Lord. In God's eyes, homeschooling your kids is a very beautiful thing. It might be one of the most beautiful things that you ever do. You are likely sacrificing a lot to do this. You're probably sacrificing your free time. You're sacrificing maybe another income for your family. And you're sacrificing like some of the ease of life. I mean, this is a lot of work. And I know that if you're a homeschool mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is heavenly minded work that you're doing, and you are building God's kingdom daily. So just remember that even when it seems boring or it seems like you're getting some pushback from your kids, I just want to encourage you that you are doing God's work. And if this is what God has called you to do, it is worth all of it. Now, one thing that I have not mastered yet, but I am hoping that this year we finally kind of master this mindset, is to use this time, this really kind of boring, predictable time from January through March, here in Ohio anyway, to use this time to catch up. Now, I'm not saying that we're behind. I know that, what are we behind? We're not really behind anything. Every kid is learning at their own pace, but we do have goals. I set my mind at the beginning of the year that there were certain curriculums that we were going to finish. We weren't going to leave anything undone because I feel like that's what my kids need in those areas. So we are using this time to catch up. And that's another really beautiful thing, I think, about our boring homeschool, is that my kids can use this time to catch up and double up without it being overwhelming. They know what their subjects expect. They know exactly how much each week that they have to do, so they can easily double up, or, over a couple of weeks, get an extra weekend or something. This year, I just feel more of a peace about taking it slower. Like I said, I used to feel like I had to make it like fun and we had to do outside things. And now I don't feel that as much. We have a few things that we're involved in, but this year I'm just embracing the peace and the rest that comes with this season. And, in those slower times, I feel like that's a good time to catch up on our schoolwork. So I hope this encouraged you to just love your homeschool just the way it is, even if it's boring, which I'm sure that you have a lot of days that are. And even if your kids are giving you a little bit of pushback, just know that you are doing God's work and it's not boring in His eyes.